Did I agree to be here?
You know what you're getting yourself into. You're in a group chat.
You are, in fact.
Yeah. I know. I'm okay with it, though.
All right. It looks like we are live. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the May Made Us Read It book club. That does not have an official name, by the way, because if this ever happens again and it's not on my channel, it'll probably have a different name because we fought about the name for a solid 5 minutes.
We did.
And I said, well, this is what I'm calling it. It's on my channel. We're going to talk about the Never King and the Dark One. So there will be spoiler discussions at some point during this. I don't know how much we'll spoil, but probably a lot. So heads up.
The entire point is to talk spoilers. That's
pretty
why.
much. That's why. I mean, that's what I'm saying. But who knows? At first, we probably won't at first. So let's go around and introduce yourselves in counterclockwise. So we'll start with Heather and tell us your initial thoughts on the Never King and the Dark One.
Hi, I'm Heather from Hia Booktubes. I recommend romance and do discussion videos, and I liked The Never King. I gave it 4 stars, and I loved The Dark One more. I gave it 5 stars. I did kind of call everything, but that didn't bother me. It didn't affect my enjoyment at all, and I did really like their dynamics. I also really liked the main character, so I liked it.
Winnie's a badass.
I am May from This Past Romance. I am the one that started this for everyone. So I'm either sorry or you're very welcome. There's really no in between. You either hate it or you love it. I feel like there's no middle ground. But I've not really heard anyone dislike it other than it's too short, but it's a novella. I loved both books. I think I liked The Never King more than The Dark One. Like Izzy said, Winnie is a badass. I love Peter Pan just in general. We know this. And that didn't change with this book, even though he was a bad guy. So
May, would you like to share why we all ended up being bullied into reading this book by you?
Okay, everyone got bullied into reading this book because I was scrolling TikTok, because all good stories start with TikTok now. I was scrolling TikTok and this TikTok popped up and someone was talking about the Never King, and I wish I knew who it was. If it wouldn't take me 10 years to go back through the TikToks we've sent to each other, I would do it, credit them, but it would take forever. But someone was talking about it. I sent it to Izzy and Tamika, and I said, hey, this sounds like a book that you guys would like. I was bored. I started reading it, and I read it in a day. I would have read it in a sitting if I hadn't been at my cousin's house and coming back to my apartment. It would have been read all at once had that not been the thing that I did.
TikTok's fine. There are some good TikTok recs out there. They're just, you have to judge them carefully.
Some of the TikTok recs are awful. This one was obviously fantastic. Because how many people have read it now?
Who knows your sphere of influence, May?
Me and I think it's 160 subscribers.
Every last one of them has read it. Absolutely.
I have all of the influence.
Yeah, every subscriber reads every book.
Yeah,
that's how that works.
That's exactly how it works.
I'm just saying. That's all I got.
I've seen it recommended so much recently, or I've seen it read so much recently, maybe I should say.
Yeah.
But I hadn't heard of it before May.
Yeah, I didn't know about it until she sent me the TikTok, and I was like, ooh.
Well, so then I read it in a day, and I started texting them, and I was like, no, seriously. It has something for both of you. You need to read this book. And then they did, and here we are. So was I wrong?
We continued to yell at everyone. No, you weren't wrong.
No.
You don't let Tamika introduce herself or not? You just gonna keep talking?
No, I'm not allowed.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Tamika from Tamika's Library, and we do have Baby Toms here. Baby
Library now?
I guess she's Baby Library. I don't know. I'm still going to call her Baby Toms. She did mark this on her Goodreads, and I said she was not allowed to read it until she turns 18.
Yeah, we vetoed that.
You can tell them. She's really offended that she's not allowed to read the Never King.
Tyra told me I could.
Who?
Tyra, one of my friends.
Why did she say you could read it?
What authority does she have over
I
your mom
mean-
and dad?
I would read it as a teen. Like, you wouldn't be able to be like, no, wait till 18.
No, she said we should bring it to me.
Why would they need to read it to you?
She is
No,
a
you
source.
bring it to me.
Oh,
I don't know. I don't know if she's ready for this one. She's not read romance at all.
She's not ready for that.
Well, I mean, no, I wouldn't start with this.
I loved The Never King. I read it almost in one sitting, and if you know me at all, you know that does not happen because I don't read with my eyeballs. And then The Dark One, I didn't love as much as The Never King. I gave it 4 stars, and The Never King got 5 stars. I don't know why I didn't give The Dark One 5 stars.
We'll have to unpack that in a few.
I think it's because I didn't read it like I did the other one, and
Maybe.
it affected the enjoyment a little bit.
Maybe.
It's not
I'm-
that it could be worse. Just I think it wasn't as good as the first one. Maybe that's what it was. I don't know for sure. My
Interesting.
rating system makes no sense, and you all know this.
Yeah, well, you like shitty books. This is just like one of the few shitty books you liked. That like one of the few books you like that isn't shitty is what I'm trying to say.
and that's because I gave the rec. It's fine.
This is still the type of book, though, where you know people can't believe that anyone would rate this over 1 star. It's just
Oh,
not
100%.
if it's your jam or you're like, this is literal trash.
hmm So I'm like Heather. I mean, I gave both books 5 stars, I think. I don't remember now, but like I think both of them are really good. I thought book 1 surprised me because like I didn't know anything really going in and had no expectations. And I was just like, oh, this is a fun time. And that's, you know what? Sometimes that's what I want out of all my books. Not all my books, but some of my books. I want just a fun time and a wild ride. And that was The Never King perfectly. And then The Dark One was equally a fun wild ride. I didn't think hard about where it was going at all, but I wasn't surprised by where it went, if that makes sense.
Okay, this is a personal pet peeve when I feel like the title of the series or the book tells you what's like as soon as you have any context, you're like, well, that's what that's about. You know?
Yeah, I
feel
see
like this
that.
does that.
Hey, Peas.
Peas is just like, hello.
P said I would like to give my opinion on this now, Mother.
What did you think of The Never King and The Dark One? There you go. Silence.
Me too.
Freaking cat. I get that. I mean, I don't feel like
Well, I mean, he was the king of Neverland with or without the shadow.
I don't feel like the title was that much of a giveaway though. Like you knew it was a Peter Pan retelling, so of course he's the Neverland King.
Okay, but book 2, I knew exactly what was going to happen in book 2 because of the title before I started book 2.
So you
Like, in
you
book-
assumed
at the
that
end of book 1, I
that
was
the
like-
Dark Shadow would happen to Winnie because of the title, not that it had to do with Vane. Because that's what I assumed. I just assumed we were going to focus on Vane more.
I,
That's what I thought until I finished the first book. And when 2 shadows jumped out, I was like, oh, okay. You
Yeah,
know?
I just assumed the titles were focusing on the men.
so
Yeah.
Because the third title is
They're vicious, darling.
okay.
The third one gives it away, yeah, but
Yeah, the third one really goes it away.
So what I thought was going to happen was Peter Pan would have ended up with the Dark Shadow. So
Mhm.
I just assumed that, like everyone else, that the titles all reflected like Pan
Mhm.
thing.
yeah. I
So-
thought so when I first started it, I thought it was focusing on Vane. And then I thought, like, I think about a third of the way through, I was like, oh, Winnie's getting the Dark Shadow 100%. There's no way.
When the 2 shadows popped out, I was like, Winnie's gonna get a shadow next book,
Mhm.
like through and through. But I was like, where else do you take this? Also, like, how unpredictable can a fairy tale style retelling be?
Well, and like I don't care that it's predictable either
Mhm.
because like you were saying, this is not the type of book where I read it to be surprised by the plot. It's the type of book, honestly, where I kind of like to know where it's going, so I'm not super stressed because I'm in
Mhm.
it more for the relationship and the atmosphere
Yeah.
of the plot more so than the plot. I don't really want to be surprised because a twist is probably something that I don't like
Mhm.
happening in this type of setup.
Agreed. I agree with you. Like Cherry, I think Cherry was like somewhat the biggest twist, but not a twist at the same time. Like we all knew she was going to turn on them
Well, she
and
didn't.
try and do something.
The author didn't try to make it a surprise, right?
Yeah,
Because she
no,
had
and I
everything in her heads, and she like was very clearly telling you this is what this person knows and what they're thinking and where they're going with this. So, it
I
was
like
obviously
Cherry.
intent.
I
What?
like her.
I'm just like, you poor idiotic girl.
Do we
I
get
just
to
think
know
Cherry's
her?
needs help.
I want her to get a book.
Why?
I like her.
Because Tamika's favorite color is red. And she's like, Cherry,
Miss
Red
Cherry
flag.
is red.
I don't see any red flags. This seems like a great idea.
Like who would she even be with though? Like
They would have to
There's-
introduce a whole new character.
Yeah, it would have to be
yeah,
somebody
there'd have to be a whole new character because like she can't be with any of the Lost Boys, like the main Lost Boys. She can't be with Croc.
Have you?
What would
not
she
seen
even
in the-
do?
Have you not seen in the reader group? She's thinking about making Cherry a book.
No.
No.
Yeah, she's thinking about making Cherry a whole book.
I don't know if Cherry
Deserves a book.
Not even that. I don't know if her character is super redeemable at this point.
I don't
What
either.
happens in the third book, but I don't know that Cherry would be redeemed enough for me to read a book solely about Cherry because I'm not invested in Cherry. And honestly, through the first book and a half, like the first book and half of the second book, I did not like Vane.
Oh, I loved Vane.
I would have
I
had
liked
to,
Vane.
like, had he just disappeared and never been mentioned again, I wouldn't have been upset. I don't like mega assholes. And I understand why he was. Like he's like the only one that has a justifiable reason
Mhm.
because he's got the dark shadow, right?
Yeah.
Spoiler. But
Really?
I mean, we've spoiled everything
Are we
else already.
calling that a spoiler? I feel like that's just like, here's this character. He has the dark shadow. Like, I don't think that's a spoiler.
No, you find that out in the first book.
It's like literally what they introduced him as.
like he has that, which I totally get it, and that makes him whatever. But he just the way he reacted to Winnie, I didn't like. And like by the end of the second book, I'm okay with him, but he's not my favorite.
Who is your favorite?
I really like Bash.
The twins
Which-
are fun.
See.
I love the twins. I love Bash, and I really like Penn. I don't have any.
that cooks, or is he the other one?
I think Bash is the one that cooks.
I thought he was
I
your
might have
favorite.
them flipped. The twins, I flip them though in my brain.
I
I
read
just-
3 weeks ago.
I need context.
I like the twins. The twins are fun. Also, yes, this is 100%. Like, I think it'll be interesting to see how Winnie comes up against Vane now because she kind of couldn't hold her own against Vane previously, and now, like in the next book, we'll get to see what she manages to do. She's just watched you jump.
The dogs said we don't think so.
I liked Vane. I thought Vane was an interesting character. I think everyone's like an interesting slight twist on things we're all familiar with.
Yeah.
This has also been interesting in the books, how much evil stems from the women, which is like not great always.
Also, not only them, but also Bash and Cash's sister.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Especially too when it's just because I want you and I don't
Yeah.
like that you're with somebody else. Like, that's never.
And that's been
I only like that from my man.
both. That's the thing with both of them.
Mhm. And it's not in a way of like we're together and I'm jealous and possessive, which doesn't work. 'Cause
Right.
if it was that, I would be fine with it.
You've been repeatedly turned down and you
Yeah.
can't. You're not okay with it. to the point where you'd rather ruin their life than watch them be with
Well, and
somebody
like the twin sister, whatever her name is like inherently like just very much up to no good
else. Right.
in ways that are just like surprising almost. Like I didn't expect her to be quite as terrible as she is.
I mean, I don't know, because I feel like she's literally just the enemy. It's not that she's evil, it's that she is on the opposite side of the conflict. So if you're on Pan's side of the conflict, you have to view her as the enemy. But if you do not want Pan returning to power, then she's not evil. She's an ally who you're rooting for. Which obviously, obviously the story is about Pan and the people with him. So obviously we're all against her. But it's not like she is like Cherry. I feel like, well, the Fairy Queen did more damage, right? Because she's purposely messing people's minds up and all the other things while she's trying to kill Pan and keep him from getting a shadow. Cherry was literally just acting like a spoiled child and was like, I can't believe, that he doesn't want me. He's made it so repeatedly clear that he doesn't want her. Did he sleep with her? Yes. So, kind of don't send mixed signals, and that if you don't want to have anything to do with this person, maybe don't sleep with them. But she really did kind of take it out on.
You're asking a lot to not think with their dick, basically.
Yeah.
With
But
the
also,
way that these guys
what
are.
I did, like, why I liked Vayne from the beginning, I was like, we're gonna get Primal play.
I know. Same. I was like, I'm in. I like Vayne. This is my thing though with the sister. Like, I agree here. Like, she's been destroying minds of the darlings for years though. So like, she kind of is a little bit evil.
Okay, but let's take good old Rhysand, which is a stupid name. Rhysand, Rhysand's mother, but here we are, Rhysand, and he spent a lot of time messing people's minds up, especially to protect the people that he loved and the side that he wanted to win. And everybody views him as a good guy. Clearly, I do. But it's the same thing for her. It's just on a different side. Now, I do like have a personal fear of like losing my mind, because my grandma had Alzheimer's and dementia and stuff, and I was around it a lot. So like being in your own mind and not being yourself and being trapped in there without having your mind is like a fear of mine. So
I feel this.
I feel like it is an evil thing to do to another human being, but I also feel like all of the Fairy Queen's moves made strategic sense for her to try and stop Pan more so than anything else.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I can see that part. I think this is like part of it too. She seemed more power hungry.
Oh yeah,
at the end
she's
of the day.
definitely trying
But
to take
I think
over.
I wish it was portrayed more as she was like actually like caring or be trying to protect like the realm. But it is not. So I'm trying to I didn't prep questions or anything. I figured we were just gonna roll through this however we did. I had a question in my brain, left it, so that's good. I love that for me. May, do you have anything? Or Tamika, before the baby library behind you is suffocated by a dog? I just like looked up and she's just like being surrounded.
Are you okay? Oh, she can't hear me. Tamika has headphones in.
No, don't.
Oh. Baby, are you okay?
Okay.
Mom's gonna check on her kids. When it comes to the Fae Queen and the twin sister, I didn't like her from the beginning. She's just one of those people. It was like you could tell she was fake from the moment she showed up. And
Tilly, that's her name. Tilly. I just remembered.
From the moment she showed up that she was. I felt like you could tell from the moment she showed up that she was just going to cause a problem. What she was coming to do, because it didn't make sense to me that Pan loved, he loved Wendy, right? That was the whole thing with Tink.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't make sense to me that he would bring this person in, following these generations of the woman that he loved, to have her mess with their minds and send them back to the regular world, whatever you want to call it, just completely mind fucked.
But I don't think he realized how much they were fucking up their brains
I don't think he did either.
until Winnie came, because I think then he saw like, oh shit, your mom like really
Messed.
lost
She really
your
lost
mind.
it. But then on top of that, you had Vane who like could see what was happening almost, which was one of the parts that I did actually enjoy Vane when he was like, "No, we're done. Stop it. Your shadow's not worth this."
Mhm.
Yeah.
He, like pulled her away.
Mm-hmm.
The theory that I liked the most coming out of especially the three of us was Tamika's theory that Winnie was Wendy reincarnated.
Mm-hmm.
I still stand by that.
Wendy's in one of the other lands. Like Wendy's still alive.
Yeah, Wendy's still alive. She can't be Wendy reincarnated.
Oh, I forgot that was her name.
The crocodile is going to be.
I thought the first darling had a different name.
Mm-mm.
No, Wendy
The first
was
darling was Wendy.
Wendy isn't the one that Pan was in love with.
But he was taking her back and took her to another.
Wendy is either her younger sister or the daughter of her younger sister.
I
The
didn't
one
think
Pan loved got killed.
Yeah.
I thought she died.
Okay, you think it's the one that Pan loved that got reincarnated?
Yes.
Not the one that got left in another land.
No.
Because there's Wendy that got left in another land that was in love with Croc.
Rock.
Right.
And then there was the one that Pam was in love
Or
with.
she wasn't in love with Croc because she turned him down, right?
Yeah.
Croc
Yeah.
was in love
Well,
with
but
her.
then Wendy was the whole issue with Pan and Tink, though.
Was it her or was
I
it?
don't think it was
thought
Wendy.
Wendy
I
was
don't
her
think
I
that
thought it
was
was Wendy.
I thought that was her younger sister. That was that Wendy was the older sister.
This is
of
the
that.
problem with all the W names.
Right?
We could sit here and fight over whose name it was for like
Literally
20
cannot
minutes.
keep track.
Well, I mean, and I say it was Wendy just because it's Peter Pan and Wendy in every like canonical.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's always Peter Pan and Wendy.
hmm
So it would have made sense for it to be Wendy in the book. So I could be wrong. I'm 100% willing to be.
I
Yeah.
agree. But I specifically think it's different because I think I did know that. I was like, that's weird that it wasn't Wendy because, and I want to say that it's because the one that Pan loved dies, and then Wendy, who is the survivor, is going to be a main character in another book, which makes sense to have Wendy and the Croc be your, retelling rather than random named girl and Croc. Does that make
Yeah.
sense?
Yeah.
That does make
Yeah. So, okay, question. Do we think the Croc has scaly skin?
Mm-mm.
Like, what do you think his
He's
thing is?
just-
Because like we got
I
a
think-
hook, we got a Fae. Like, what is he? Has he got a tail?
He's Vane's brother, right?
Yeah, I know,
hope
but
he's an alligator.
he's got to have some weird.
I don't think that he has a
I hope it's something
he has
really
the power.
random.
I just can't handle him being called the Croc and not having something.
He's called the Croc and he has nothing. Okay. There's
I'm gonna
no-
be so mad. You
That
guys know
he's
that,
called the
right?
Croc.
I'm gonna riot.
Well, I mean,
He
he's
has a lizard tongue.
Croc, so
I swear.
he might.
And if he doesn't chase Hook down with the damn
Did it-
clock,
Didn't they describe him when Hook was like
Probably.
remembering him?
I think so. I think he's just a big
looks like
guy.
man.
I think so.
That's
I'm
what
just
I remember.
listen. I just want him to roll back up and like he's mutated into an animorph.
You're not gonna
You've
get
been reading too many.
Listen, I just want something goofy because it'd be funny.
Stop reading your monster books because as soon as you said that, I need you to know the first thing that popped into my head was the Lizard Man,
Mhm.
and I was like, no, too far, too far.
That's what I want. I want the lizard man, but crocodile version. Let's go. With
Not
primal
gonna-
play where he like animorphs into a croc and chases her.
He's just a hot dude.
I think
That's
it's just not reading.
Savage. That will like
Probably.
But like also, so can we establish? You guys have. I know you all know this about me, but when I read these books, like I picture different people as different characters, like actual people I know.
but
Mhm.
oh, I thought you were gonna go with celebrity.
Can I tell you?
Celebrities.
Can I tell everyone who Peter Pan is?
Yeah,
Trevor
know?
Wagner.
yeah. That's who I pictured. He's covered in tattoos. He's this big bulky dude, and that's just what I pictured. I forgot that I told you that. I got
Literally
nervous.
slimmer than that though.
I got nervous what you were going to say.
No, it's not the small one.
Okay. I got scared.
I just think that like like Peter Pan's slimmer than
He
that.
probably is. But other than the slimness,
Okay, but I feel like Peter Pan was just specifically not described as slim. That he
I
was
thought he
like
was described as slim.
larger than the twins.
I
He's
don't
taller.
remember how they were
I
described.
remember being taller, not necessarily that he was broad and large.
it does. See, for me, it doesn't always matter how they're described. There's still somebody in my head.
Oh, same. I mean,
onto them. And for me, Peter Pan was Trevor Wagner.
again, I can see.
Trevor Wagner. You can go watch him crush watermelons with his thighs on TikTok.
See, I love that you
Time.
all actually like come up with a thought of what these people look like in your head. I just have like I don't even have an idea of anything. They're
Mhm.
just like floating
Snippets
around.
and
They're just
blurry.
blurbs, like
They're just
blobs of.
blurry blobs. Yeah.
I mean, like I said, I don't know why. I thought I envisioned him as like big, but also still kind of slim but big. Does that make sense? Do you know what I'm talking about? Like
Like
dudes who are like
tall,
still
maybe?
tall, but like bulky tall, but not like
Yeah,
football
more
player bulky tall.
like NBA player.
Yeah, more NBA, I guess. So that kind of slim, not like a stick slim,
Right.
Like a
Still has muscle.
like if you took my partner and stretched him. That's what I imagine. Basically, I guess for build, because they said he was like tall. But like, I mean, come on, like they're all like what 6 foot at least and
Yeah, they're all
jacked,
tall.
because of course they are.
They're very, very, very typical
this
hot, scary men.
this
but
circles
nothing.
back to Trevor Wagner. Hot scary man. He's not scary though.
No, he's not very scary. I do love hot
He
scary
is,
men
though.
though.
I don't like him scary. I don't need to be scared of you.
Oh, I'm not scared of them. I like them to scare other people. So like I can go to the
Exactly.
mall with
Thank
them
you. Thank
and nobody talks to. It's a great. Oh, like I will not go to the mall without my partner because he just walks on the outside of me and he just glares at them when they're like trying to sell me a hair straightener. He's like, "Don't fucking talk to her," and they're just like, "Okay." I'm like, "Fucking bless, leave me alone."
Oh.
That's all I want. Just like stand there and tell everyone to leave me alone. That's all I need in life. Very easy to please woman. Okay, yeah. See, red hair, blue green eyes. I see this. Makes sense. Is that all you saw, Tamika? Right? Red hair, blue green eyes, probably, and then a blob.
For Pan,
I don't remember what Winnie really looks like. Besides that, she was really thin when she first came there.
yeah, because they were
So,
all really
everything.
distraught about how thin she was.
Yeah.
And the scars from the
The
wound.
only thing with Winnie I had was like a body top.
Yeah.
Just an idea, and that was it.
Yeah, I didn't picture anybody for Winnie. It typically just goes one
I
way.
don't picture any whole people. It's just like snippets of an eye color or hair or a
Mhm.
chest or something.
And occasionally I just insert Sebastian Stan. It's fine.
I don't do that at all. I literally never picture. The only time I picture an actual person is if I watch the adaptation before.
I can see that. Mhm.
Yeah,
and
I
then
do
I do picture the person I.
Occasionally I will like in shorter books that or if it's a big black man, it'll be Winston Duke because like he's my other fave.
No,
So
Michael B.
I
Jordan.
would probably have to see him.
he's not big enough for me.
I love Michael B. Jordan.
Michael B. Jordan looks like he would be too nice. Winston Duke looks like he could break me in half in about 2 seconds.
Is he the guy
You-
that plays in Black Panther?
Yeah, he's in Baku.
Okay. Yes, I love him.
Yeah. He- like so I have defaults for different.
yeah.
So if it's like a Black Love, like that's who I'll put in my brain kind of as the person. Just it's
Yeah.
fine.
My black love
Cannot
is
go
my
wrong there. Cannot go wrong.
Man,
That
he
man is
really
hot.
so hot.
Oh,
I know, May. You put in Michael B. Jordan. He's attractive too.
I love.
Yeah, but he's not
He's
big though.
He was for Black Panther.
Not like Duke.
And I
That's
love
what
him in
Duke
Creed.
is.
So I mean,
He's attractive. He's just that's not the. Again, I default to very large men.
you do.
It's just what I do.
Yeah.
I want to know what everybody's favorite sex scene was.
Cover your ears.
Ooh.
Sorry, baby Tones, I forgot about you.
Look at her.
You don't want to be scarred for life.
No, it's fine. She wants to read the. You know what? She wants to read the book. If she listens to this, I will buy her the book.
You have to listen to it without blushing.
You hear
Yeah,
that?
if she listens to this without freaking out, I will buy her the first
Challenge.
book.
Challenge accepted.
She's ready.
All right.
I'm bad. I'll be shocked.
Why do I feel like y'all are gonna be blushing saying the scenes? Because
Hello.
Baby Thomas is listening.
Oh, I don't care that she's listening. I've said worse things in front of this child.
We've done worse things in front of us.
I don't need to know that.
Yeah.
We're mom
Okay.
and dad. It's fine.
Phoenix is very interested in what everyone's favorite scene was. She poked up here. She's like, hello?
May, do you
like
have one, or
Veins
Heather?
best.
Oh, I have one.
Veins,
Yeah.
the primal play.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's my jam.
That I'm very into primal play right now. So obviously, anyone has primal play Rex, I need them because there's not enough out there.
I think we need to describe what primal play is for the baby.
Okay, primal play is when you get chased before you have sex, basically,
I know.
and then they catch you.
You
know. Just don't make her out. Get over there, Phoenix.
Were you watching my channel again? Is that how you know?
No.
Okay.
No.
Uh huh.
Dad, we're gonna have to have an in-depth discussion about the things that you put out that the child can find.
I just got told the other day by Tamika she was watching my channel, and I was like, okay, all right.
There goes her.
I do like this scene.
Which
I can
scene
see feeling like Vane was holding
had
himself
more than
back,
one?
which
The-
makes me excited for when he's not.
Right. Because
Go
I
ahead,
do love, especially like sex scenes, as much as I like for the main character to be submissive, I do not mind watching two people like battle it out
Oh, I love that.
via
It's
sex
so
scene.
good.
Like,
It's the best.
give it to me.
It's very enjoyable. Tamika, do you have one?
My favorite is the one when they're in the water, and then he chases her outside, and then
Mhm.
there's blood play. That one's my favorite one.
I knew you would like the blood play.
I'm not surprised.
So the
I
same
like
as
that
mine.
one too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did love Vane's scene, but I also agree about being held back and the tie-up scene with the vines and stuff and the twins was spectacular. I was like, oh shit, this is happening. And I was so excited.
I'm going to kick it back to book one and go with the scene right after Pan rips that kid's heart out.
That's a good
That's
one, too.
too.
I was gonna
Or
say,
it's
are
a
we
good
not
one.
even gonna have Pan? Because he did have very good scenes.
He did. I
And in
am a
book
sucker for like the tied up, like that sort of thing where it's like very
Mm-hmm.
different. Like it's not just like tied down to a bed. But I did
Mhm.
like when they were in his room and hooked up too. Like that was a good sex scene. I think we got to see more of Pan's like soft side a little bit in book 2 with Winnie, which was nice.
But I thoroughly enjoyed the scene right after he ripped the guy's heart out, and he was like, "If that's what you want to do, if that's what you want, then that's what we're gonna do."
Mhm.
And they took turns, and Vane sat in the corner and watched.
That was a good one too.
Mm-hmm.
That was a good one.
That was also a favorite. That might be tied with the tied up scene. So we didn't really get enough like group activities in book 2, I feel like.
The only reason that I didn't pick the tied up scene is because, like, the more I sat back and thought about it, the tree would hurt. Like, that would
It's fiction, who cares?
I know.
Hear her.
What'd she say?
Say it again.
No.
She said that's the whole point, isn't it?
Izzy,
I mean,
my baby.
I do have the same response in that I'm like, I don't actually want my skin like shredded by
Listen,
trees.
I'm not running for nobody in real life. Let's be honest here. I love Primal Play in the books, but you think my ass is gonna run?
Right.
Hell no.
I think
I
she
would literally
Hell
pull
no.
something so quickly.
I would literally fall like 5 seconds.
I think that you would run for like Winston Duke or something.
No, I would trip immediately. Oops.
I would run for Rhea Ripley.
No one said you had to run far.
We know you would.
I'm saying I would take 2 steps and fall over. It's fine. And then I'd cry that I hurt, and it's fine. They'd pick me up and be like, I'm sorry.
Yep.
There's aftercare and then there's pre-care, and Izzy would get pre-care.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
That's
Get
how-
bandages and get all fixed up. It's fine.
and then get dick down.
Yeah, exactly. Duh.
So, what did you all think of Hook's character?
I fucking love Hook.
I'm
I like-
bored by him.
Mika, why do you love all the worst people?
I told you this is the
He's
one
like a
non-shitty
bored
book she
little prick
likes.
who did nothing. Like, he was just a coward and was like,
I like that he did nothing.
sorry, baby sis, sorry, baby Thomas, but I need my right hand mate, so goodbye. Like, I'm pretty sure you're not gonna
Would
die,
you really? You
so-
really would just toss your sister aside?
Oh no, but I like him.
Are
Baby
you
Tommy's
saying
the
that
background.
because your sister's in the room with you, or is that like your genuine?
Do you think I'd toss you to the side?
Would she trade you?
Probably. Only if it was Rhea Ripley.
Yeah.
I was gonna say it was his Rhea Ripley. Smee was his Rhea Ripley. He was like, "No, this is my chick. I need her. Goodbye, baby sis."
I did not like Hook. I mean, you're not supposed to like him, but like he
was
just seemed like such
annoying.
a weak character. Like I always want a Hook that's like real. I don't know.
It's like you're scared of the sight of your own blood and the sound of a pocket watch. It's enough to incapacitate you, which I do understand. Like trauma response, but still.
Yeah, but it's
He just
so
walked in there and like clicked on a pocket watch and
like. But I felt like that part when they're sneaking into his. Well, not sneaking. When they go into his territory and they sneak into his building, like it is sneaking there. Like it didn't have much suspense to it because I was like,
oh yeah. No.
he's scared of his own blood and he's scared of a pocket watch. Like, okay.
Right.
And this, I would rather read a book about Smee than read anything else about Hook.
I really liked
The
that
plot.
we gender swapped Smee in this book. I like that
Yeah.
Smee was a female.
I
I
was
wasn't
like that. She
checking,
was
right?
like, "The fuck is wrong with you?" Kind of to him, like she just was like, "You're a mess."
Well, and
You're a
that's,
mess.
that's the kind of person Hook needed. And I'm really just referencing the cartoon. That's where all my
Yeah, but she could have just taken over for Hook. Like
That's my thing. Is like she should just take over for Hook because
contributing here.
she's much more qualified than Hook.
And
and
you know she
everything.
has the support network.
How do
Just-
you lead a whole group of pirates if you're scared of your own blood?
and like a prissy gentleman.
Mm-hmm.
I've never watched Peter Pan.
stop breaking my heart. Stop it.
Why have you never watched Peter Pan?
Hmm.
Even I have watched Peter Pan.
I think I've watched a total of like 3 Disney movies my entire life.
Heather, ask her if she has access to Disney Plus. Ask her on the internet. Right
I wasn't allowed to watch half of them, but I did anyways.
I do, in fact, have access.
Our sweet sheltered Heather has watched more than you have.
Literally, my parents were so against Disney movies because the girl always rebels against her parents to go on an adventure.
I love this reasoning.
So
Not
Oh,
allowed.
no, heard them on. She was like, "Here, sit down, watch this."
How many?
And that's why I'm the way that I am.
I've never watched a Disney movie. I don't think I watched.
What is wrong with you people?
I have watched Hercules.
I watched Hercules.
We watched that together. We watched that one a lot.
That's about it.
We love Hercules.
well, good.
Aladdin,
Okay.
Beauty and the Beast.
No, I've only watched the remake, which with what's her name?
Lord, all right. When you're here later this month, I'm just gonna strap you down to a chair and turn on Disney Plus.
I've watched Snow White
I've watched Miraculous. If that
and
counts.
Bambi, and
They killed Bambi's mom. Why would you watch?
I just
What's
love
that
the pick of
Atlas
movies here.
movie? Was Atlas 6 one? Something about Atlas?
Big Hero 6?
No, it wasn't that one. It's about like a maybe Treasure Island. I don't know. They get in the ship.
Oh, yeah. It's like the weird kind of steampunky one.
Yeah, that one. I
Um,
watched that one because my ex made me.
Treasure Island?
Yeah, I think that was it. I
I
don't
think
know.
it's Treasure Island, yeah.
I won't watch Treasure Island because did you guys watch Wishbone as a kid?
Treasure
watched
Planet, that's what it
the-
was.
Wishbone Treasure Island episode, and then I had a nightmare that night that the guy was like after me, and I never watched the episode again ever. No can do.
I think that's all the Disney movies I've watched.
That's just sad.
Why do you have to hurt me?
She's also never seen like any Marvel movies really, or Star Wars.
Why do you
Which
why
one?
do you say these things to hurt me?
I mean, I've never watched a slasher movie, so to each their own.
I grew
Again,
up
we just
watching-
can't fix Tamika's bad taste, and it's okay. We love her for it.
I grew up watching horror movies.
So did my husband. He literally watched them as like a
Why the
5-year-old.
hell does he have
Couldn't
adult
sleep at night.
supervision?
My father
His parents were the worst.
and our birth giver, the one that
Mhm.
somehow gave life to us. That's what we would
Yeah.
watch.
The one that's not me.
The one
Or
that's not
me.
Thank you.
just
I just
can't
got it in the mail today. It is Vera Bradley, and it is soft, and I love it. And I did not know how many characters were on it when I bought it. Literally just bought it for the middle. Nice surprise. My mother yelled at me over it today. It was fine.
Back on track with this book duet.
What were you going to say about Hook, Heather?
Oh, he's just a wimp. I don't like him.
Yeah, I don't either. I really hope Croc kills him, to be honest.
End
go
of
ahead.
the second book.
Mhm.
We have the dark one. We have
Mhm.
the other dark one. We have Pan's shadow back. Where do we think that is going? Like, because for all intents and purposes, Pan can take over the island by himself, right?
Yeah, I don't disagree. So I think that should be our closing thought. Let's all talk about where we think we're going in book 3. And that'll be it, unless anybody else has other thoughts after that. But I feel like
I
that's
think-
a good stopping point.
I think that Winnie and Pan and the Dark One are all going to go after Tilly in the face. They're going to go get the Wendy. That's all I got.
Do we know it's for sure only a trilogy?
I'm pretty sure it's only a trilogy.
I also think she said it was. I think it says book 3 of 3 on that.
Okay.
one.
I thought it did too, but then I was like, what if she fucks us and gives us
I
another book? I would be so
prefer-
mad.
I
I
also think
think
we're
they're
going to
going
get some
after Wendy.
conclusion of whether or not she's the reincarnation or not.
Okay.
I have given this question.
Do
zero.
we what transformation do you think that the twins are going to get when they get the crown? Obviously, they get their
They're going to
wings.
get their
back.
wings back.
Do we think
Wings
they
back
get
is
any
all I
other
think.
nifty powers?
Probably some kind of cool power, right? Like they have to. So I'm in the boat of like, I think that Croc is going to take out Hook. And that's going to be a whole other book situation with Croc and his love interest.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it'll be Cherry. And Tamika will get her dumb Cherry book.
No. Croc's going to be with Wendy. And
I
we're going
agree,
to go to that island. And it's going to be
That's
a
what I'm
whole
hoping.
different-
That's what I'm hoping. So I want Croc to take out Hook in the next book, and I want Wendy, Peter, and Vane to, with their superpower combined, like a fucking Voltron transformer situation, to take out Tilly and then get the crown to the twins, or at least one of the twins will take the crown. They'll get their wings back, and then all will be settled on the island. And then they're gonna take Cherry and go dump her in that realm where the other Wendy's at.
I have a better thought for Cherry. She's just collateral damage in the battle.
I mean, they're totally gonna, like, as soon as book 3 opens, they're gonna lock Cherry up as soon as they find out about Winnie. If Winnie
Or is
doesn't
Winnie
take care of
going
Cherry.
to- I was going to say, is Winnie immediately going to kill Cherry?
which
Something will happen to Cherry in the first, like, 15% of the next book.
Mm-hmm.
that would be Cherry's own damn fault. Is what
Oh,
that's
100%.
You
Well,
open
her
the door.
dumbass didn't decide to just take the shadow herself, which would have been quite the choice.
That would
I
have
thought
been-
she was going to take the shadow herself.
That shadow would have just killed her.
I don't disagree.
She
It would've
wasn't going to
killed
be
her.
able to take it.
She
Yeah,
was
so
not strong enough.
there's only 3 books in the Vicious Lost Boys series,
Okay.
according to Amazon. Because the Dark One is book 2 of 3.
Okay.
So unless she somehow comes out with another one, I still need to read.
I don't think she will. I think she'll do connected books.
I
but
think she'll do connected books, which makes sense. Yeah, and the twins have to, since Winnie is now matching power with Peter and Vane, I feel like the twins' power has to be brought up to match. Close. It doesn't have to be perfect, but
Vane is also going to return his shadow because he can't stay away from the island that has it and he doesn't want it anymore. And we're going to get to find out what he is without his shadow, which has definitely been
Yes.
indicated as more than human.
yeah, this is true. What do we think he is? I think he's a vampire.
That's interesting.
That's my theory. Vampire.
I don't know.
Vampire-esque in some capacity.
I don't know.
I think it's a werewolf.
I could see that too.
I don't think he's any of those.
I have
like,
no idea. I just guessed something.
Typical paranormals. I
You think he's something different? He's
think
a
you have
sea
to have the
monster.
context for it.
He's a sea monster.
Mm.
He's the crocodile.
You just want a monster. You just want a monster in this series.
That's what she said. He's
What
a
is
vampire.
wrong with that?
Why would he be a vampire? That's not very Peter Pan.
Well, my thought there is that there's something supernatural about him. So, like, we already have Faye, which is like Peter and that. We have a gentleman pirate. We have Croc, his brother. So why not? Like, why couldn't he be a vampire?
I'm not saying he couldn't be. I'm saying
But like, we're outside of Peter Pan at this point, also.
We are, but we are still tying
still
all
kind
in,
of
which
He's-
is why
He's the cute little raccoon lost boy.
it just depends on whatever context. you
oh, he's the leader. Yes. I
I don't know. That was just the thing that I thought when they talked about him being something else immediately. I was like, maybe he's a vampire.
well, and
If
like
I'm right. I would be like, I'm right, bitches, the whole
Yeah, you are.
time.
the thing,
Because you try to doubt me.
the thing is,
I do
like,
doubt you. I can't deny it.
so his brother is Croc,
Correct.
and so is Croc not also like superhuman or
They're
more than human?
superhuman, but I don't think that.
But we
they're-
don't know yet because we've not met him. So we have no indication as to what Vane's island is or isn't. The reason I thought vampires, the way in which they talked about how like it would chew Winnie up and spit her back out, basically. And that's what that island does. So I feel like there's like something like that. Like maybe they're warlocks. I don't know. There's like that's something like that. I feel like. Whether or not it's actually like a vampire, I just think it's something like weird like that. Put your laptop in do not disturb.
It is.
Oh, is it
Somebody
really?
is sending me notifications anyway.
Oh, that's rude.
I'm getting the notify anyway.
Hmm. I mean, I just think it's got to be something like that. Like, it's got to be something different because there's nothing else to do from the books. Maybe they're ghosts. They're all ghosts on his island. They feed
Well,
off
no,
people's
that's what we
souls or something
know.
weird.
That's the theory is he just saves the dead kids.
I feel like she's going to stay more fairy tale than paranormal. So, like, you have the fae in fairy tales, but not
Mhm.
so much vampires, werewolves. I feel like she's going to twist the other things into other retellings, even
I
though
could see that.
well,
Well, Vane also, like, I mean, honestly, we could go Unseelie and Seelie Court here very quickly in book 3 with him. He could be an Unseelie Fae. And you don't know, like, that he's an evil Fae, so he's, like, darker colored or something. May's gonna murder this person.
Do it,
I can
May.
see that
Do it.
too. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yes.
The bring in the
thing is-
courts more.
I have the text messages open on my phone, so it won't happen. And my computer still said, "No, fuck you. We're gonna do it anyway."
Fine. You're fine. But yeah, I don't know. I'm hoping she kind of goes for something a little different or weird with it. Just because I always think that's fun. Like good weird, not like bad weird. Not like it's a whole planet or island of
This is obviously
reptile aliens.
This is obviously a very different retelling. She already changed
Mhm.
lots of things. Peter
Yeah.
Pan being king and all of the other things. And him not being able to be up in the daylight. Like she already changed lots of things. So
Yep.
yes. But I just think it will be something else like that, where like it's almost like it has characteristics, but it's just kind of original to her story
Mhm.
more so than here's a
Well,
werewolf.
So what if it's like, and this is also I feel like far fetched, but what if it's like he loses his shadow and he's kind of like Beast from Beauty and the Beast? And I don't by any means think this is going to be the thing that happens, but where he's got the rose or whatever, and he's the Beast,
Now
That's
and
cool.
like again,
Like that would be, but then
happen.
how is
feel
that
like
list any more
there's
believable than my vampire?
0% chance. It's not it.
Because it's a fairy
Y'all
tale.
are wrong.
Again, what did I say?
You asked my theory. I gave you my that was the first thing I thought about when they said Vane's something
Well,
different. Because often they do tie vampire stuff into fae stuff, which is like a totally
Right.
doable. Shifter too, also potential, like not even just werewolf specifically, some kind of shifter.
Well,
Shifters do get taught in a lot with Faye.
Both of
Right.
those do. So
They absolutely do.
he's secretly a Pegasus.
her other books are like the hot vampire next door or whatever.
I
I was
know.
going to say, has anybody read any of her other books?
No, because they're like
I wanna read 'em.
episodes. They're like the Kindle
No,
available.
she has like a bind ups.
She
Okay.
does.
Yeah, there's
I
like a season 1.
I am part of her Patreon, and I know nothing other than I'm going to get an arc of book 3, and I will give her all of the money for it as soon as she has it ready.
I'm also getting her shirt, which is really cute.
Oh,
send me
really?
that.
This Property of the Lost Boys.
Send me the
I
link
don't know if it dropped yet, but it's really cute.
when it drops. I definitely need another T-shirt. I definitely did not buy 3 of Tamika's 4 new merch shirts.
I bought 2, and then I have to buy the villains one because she
Yeah,
dropped
I gotta
that
get the
before I
villain one.
ordered, which was rude.
I'm sorry.
It was rude. Do better.
You have offended Heather.
I want it.
Hold on. I'm seeing if the shirt's out. Yep, it is. Hold on. I'll show you guys.
Show us and then link me, please. Nikki St. Croix needs money before she comes to Authors in the Bluegrass.
Here it is. I think it's
Yeah.
cute. It's just got the skull and stuff. It's simple.
I like
Yeah.
Which I appreciate. I like that it's simple too.
I like that it's very size inclusive as well.
It is. I know. I was
I
surprised.
went for 5X.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that
I
is
did
awesome.
not expect that. But yeah, it's at Novel Grounds. In the what collection was it called? Hold on.
I was
The
on Novel Grounds the other day looking.
Wild Ride. They have like Kate Ashley, Gianna Darling, some book I've never heard of, Gina L. Maxwell. So yeah, they just came out with a whole new line.
Sweet Carrie messaged me on Discord, or there she is. Oh my god, I was just talking about you.
You summoned her.
Tell me that they had MMA shirts on Novel Grounds.
Mm-hmm. They
Uh,
do.
And I did go look at them. And I am debating them because it's me and I have no self-control, even though I'm not prepared to talk about MMA today.
It's fine. Yeah, I'm getting the Lost Boy shirt. I will be in that at a Polycon. Guaranteed.
It's cute.
Does anyone else have any comments or thoughts before we wrap this up? Because we're coming up on an hour, and I know it is getting to be bedtime for a certain someone on this stream. I was going to call you out by name.
I would have. I'd have went like this.
My bedtime is 10 o'clock.
Yep.
Yes,
You know.
And we make fun of her all the time.
but who cares? Not me. Because if I don't get 8 hours of sleep, I'm grumpy.
That's right. So you get your sleep.
Same. Hard same.
I mean, I'm like, I have to get my sleep, so I understand. Any other thoughts?
I love these books. I'm very excited for book 3.
We'll come back for book 3, y'all.
Mhm.
We'll
Yeah,
be
I'm
back.
excited for book 3.
I'm really excited for book 3. I also signed up for the Patreon so I can get an arc.
Same.
I also genuinely want to read more of her backlist.
I do too. I think she, like, honestly, I'm impressed at her writing. Like, I was just like, this is really fun. Like, and I don't find
Right.
authors enough that I'm like, this is just fun to
And
read,
also-
to enjoy.
It's one of the, I feel like people read books like this and they're like so simple to write. And it's not. Just because it's
Mm-mm.
easy to read does not make it easy to write. And I feel like she did exactly what she was trying to do, which is all that you can ask of anybody. So
Mhm.
if I want a simple story like this with all of the vibes and all of the machinations and the conflicts and stuff, but I don't want to feel stressed throughout it, like, then this is perfect. And if that's
Yeah.
what she's trying to do, then I don't, again, like, it doesn't bother me that I saw things coming, because that almost just adds to my enjoyment.
Agreed.
I
Well,
checked
and-
one of her books out on Kindle Unlimited right after reading The Never King, and I just never got around to actually reading it.
What?
I know,
That's
right?
funny.
Not me at all. Not something that I would do.
Yeah.
That's not what I
Never.
would do. What do you mean? Not me.
Would not have called it.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
I also feel like they're so fun that, like, you guys were speculating about what you thought was going to happen next. I genuinely, seriously, he was so quiet.
I want to know who's doing this to you.
Jake,
Yeah, I
he was quiet for a solid 5 minutes.
Uh-huh.
I swear to God, my phone has been in Do Not Disturb this entire time until he
Believe you.
decided that he needed my attention for something.
tell him we're wrapping up alive, and he'll be right there.
I don't want to answer questions. But I genuinely I don't care where the story goes. I'm just happy to be along for the ride.
Same.
Same
That's
here.
how this
So
is.
any speculation, I just like, it's just for fun. Like, oh, maybe
yeah,
it's
no,
this, but I'm
absolutely.
also like, whatever it is, I'm gonna be hyped.
I get that. And I don't know. It's The Never King has been one of the few things that I have been able to, like, actually sit down and just enjoy,
Mm-hmm.
and not, like, with the Marvel movies. Like, I saw Doctor Strange this week. I don't have to be like, what is this doing? Where are we going?
Mm-hmm.
The Never King was just, to me, one of those things where it was like, I sat down, I enjoyed this. There's another book coming out, and it's based on something that I love from my childhood that I've seen 7 million times and will happily rewatch again and again.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that's my stance on it. It's fun for me. It feels like it's a t-shirt or something I saw that's like, I still read fairy tales. They're just spicier now.
Yeah.
That's all it is. And it makes me happy.
Good. I think the skill to write a book that I just like enjoy the ride wherever we're going is very hard.
It is very hard to come by. And I think
So people that want to criticize it, like, they're very wrong. I would love to see them try and do this and be as successful as me. Like, is that where I think almost everyone I know sat down and read this book pretty quickly, like both books. Like, no one I know took forever reading any of them, like, that enjoyed them. And obviously they may not work for everyone. If if you feel like every book has to be all about consent or all about certain things, and every romance you read, you're not going to enjoy these. But if you're down for
I
kind of a
feel like
wild
this
ride,
is one of those types of books, though, where if the description sounds like something you would like, chances are good you're going to like it.
100%.
Like, it delivers on exactly what it says it's going to do.
I'm sorry, but you're welcome for joining us in the wait party. We joined her Patreon so we could try and get her the book, the arc, early. We're supposed to get it before it comes out.
I
We'll see
joined
how
like
far
the
ahead.
highest tier I could join so that I am like guaranteed a spot on this art team.
I just did $5, so no biggie.
I again, this is one of those ones where like it was dark, right? Like
Yeah.
somebody's beating chest out, all the things, but it didn't feel overwhelmingly dark. It's like all the dark vibes that you want without all the ick that you don't.
And I think
Yeah.
it worked for all of us
Right.
because
That says a lot because this is not like I was surprised at how much you liked this book, May.
we are not a group that usually agree on a book.
No.
Like we all will like a book, but to
I feel like we have taste that overlaps, but it's
very
small.
hard.
It's not a like it's not a big the Venn
Yeah.
diagram is not very big on
we
the
are not
overlap.
that we're not the circle.
Yeah, we're not a circle and a
We're that
circle.
teeny tiny line.
Mhm.
We're like little corners.
Yeah.
Yes, we will be teasing you. No, it means we'll have the live sooner because we'll have read it already.
Yeah, so we
maybe
can
Maybe some of us won't have.
It's fine. We'll still have
Okay.
the live probably a week
There
out.
was one more thing that I did really want to talk about.
Okay.
Because I did really, really like that she was very sexually experienced and very used to using her body to try and get
Yes.
her way or take care of herself
Mhm.
or manipulate people. So it made perfect sense to fall into a sexual relationship with her captors within like a day, even though she was only
Agreed.
18.
Agreed.
It needed to be that to be believable, and I love
No,
that.
agreed. And there was no shaming about her having been active in any
Right.
way, which I really loved.
Right.
I think a lot of other authors would have turned it shamey or not as like
Even with her nickname, like she wasn't ashamed of it, and they never tried to make her be ashamed of it.
yeah, it opened strong on that front. I feel like we get right away her knowing like how to use her body to take advantage / get her way. Not take advantage necessarily, but make sure she was getting safety and things.
I did enjoy how much the boys really were on board with how experienced she was. It wasn't like, oh,
Right.
Mhm.
you have no experience. That's perfect. Let me
Right. I
know.
really don't like when the love interest shames them either way for having no
Same.
experience or having too much. Like, don't no.
Mhm.
It's one of those things that it's not necessarily your business unless it's like, have you been tested? Are you clean?
Yep.
Right.
That's
The number doesn't matter. As long as you're clean, you've been tested, here's protection.
mhm. That's really my biggest thing. I don't really care either way as long as
Then
safe,
on the
sane,
opposite
consensual.
end-
Those are the 3 roles, you
Right.
know?
On the opposite end, it's annoying when they're like, "Oh, you're a virgin, so you must not." So no, I'll be making the decisions because you must not know what you want. It's like, no. She told
No.
you exactly what she wanted. She said she wanted to do it.
Well, and just because you're a virgin on that front doesn't mean you didn't do other things. Like it's just it
Right.
creates this whole like weird idea that like if you've never had sex with at all like with another person that you don't ever do things to yourself or know,
What is
you know.
the stimuli feeling? I don't know. That always annoys me. It's
Oh,
like
same.
you can't go based off of context clues.
You can't figure this out. Your body knows what to do, whether your brain does or not.
Right.
Mhm.
Exactly. Like, why are we having this whole internal monologue or external monologue about, oh, what is this? What do you think it is? You know, but yeah, I really like that.
It's the best.
Yeah.
All right, I think that's it. If we have anything else, any other thoughts, we will be back for book 3. Shay hopefully will be able to join us then. She ended up having to work today. She did pop in here at the end though.
She did.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about book 3 when that comes out. Probably a week or 2 after
September,
release, so that way
right?
everyone has time to read it. September, I think. Yeah.
Okay, Heather. That way. I pointed the wrong direction. So Heather has time to read it.
Yes, because we'll have
So
already read it.
You have
I
time
can
to
read it on release day. You can do the live on release night if you want.
No,
Unless
we're not gonna do release night. We'll do it probably like
the work.
maybe we'll do it that Sunday after it comes out, or who knows? We'll figure it out.
All right.
But But thank you so much for hanging out with us. I hope you enjoyed reading the series and that May made you read it, because May did make anyone who read it because I read it, or Tamika or Heather,
I love
read it
Or
by
Shay.
association, or Shay.
Very
also Shay.
enjoyable.
So thank you for joining us. I'm going to go ahead and end this. Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Hit the button.